So breaking news, apparently Kamala Harris is now requesting the release of the autopsy from the DNC, the results of the 2024 presidential campaign versus Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. She is requesting the release of the results. Now she is saying that she is fine if she lost. She will accept the results. But it's the fact that the DNC, they started a report based upon the results. But when, supposedly they finished the results, but they never released them. Why is this, you might ask? That's a really good question. Why would you start a report based upon a campaign for the presidential race? Start a report, but never release that report. The DNC buried it instead. They buried instead of releasing this report. And now Kamala Harris is requesting that they release the results. Let's see how this goes.
Actually, from it, this is huge, okay? This was a huge fundamental promise. Affordability. His thing was, there's no such thing as affordability. It's a made-up word. That landed like a fart in church. So now he'll talk about affordability. He just says the Democrats did it. Biden did it. Nobody believes it anymore. Why? Takes us to number 2. The tariffs and the war in Iran. I mean, you got to separate them because they mean different things on different levels. But just terrible, terrible failures of the MAGA priorities in America first. The tariffs were a wild notion that they would bring back manufacturing anytime soon and that they would balance anything in ways that are good for the American consumer let alone in the short term. But the tariffs have absolutely helped drive inflation, raise prices on things that matter, like gas, but other things as well. And they have crushed small businesses. We're in the middle of, as I shoot this, National Small Business Week. He's done nothing for them. They're getting crushed. There was a time when he used to promise that he would treat them equally to big businesses in the tax code. Remember, what percentage of businesses in America are small business? 99.9%. 0.1% are mid and large size corporations. Oh, yeah, but they do all the hiring. What percentage of the employed work at a small business? 50% of us. Oh, yeah, no. But the big businesses are the ones that make all the money. That's why they get the preference. What percentage of the GDP is made by small business? 50%. You see what I'm saying? The priority is because of preference. It's a choice. It's not because of the economic realities. So they have their own tax code. Small businesses don't. There's no small business tax rate. I had this Trumper on my show the other day saying about, hey, look, we really helped them with the small business tax rate. What small business tax rate? They're all flow-through entities. You get taxed as an individual. They don't even have a special rate for small businesses. Why not? One time they said they would. Now they're just assuming there's one, but they never did it. So you have to look at the number one thing that it was supposed to be America first, and that was supposed to be economic. And he's made affordability worse. They don't even know how to argue it anymore. They just distract you from it. Okay? What do you think this war was about? Takes us to number 2, the war. Okay? Now, the war is bad on several levels. Okay? And the extra.
So today we need to talk about something that a lot of people are noticing right now in America. For years, many MAGA supporters were extremely confident about Donald Trump and the direction the country was going. They believed things would become stronger, cheaper, and more stable. But now, after everything that has happened, a lot of people online are starting to question whether things really turned out the way they expected. And look, this is not about hating anyone. This is not about attacking regular American people. Everybody has the right to support whoever they want politically. But when people begin struggling financially, when businesses feel pressure, when division becomes stronger, naturally people start asking questions. What's interesting is that now we're seeing more emotional reactions from people who once acted very confident. Some are frustrated, some feel betrayed, and others are openly saying that politics in America has become more toxic than ever before. Social media is full of arguments, blame, and finger-pointing from both sides. At the same time, names like Kamala Harris and other Democratic leaders are starting to trend again because many Americans are wondering if the country needs a different direction moving forward. Whether you agree with that or not, the conversation is definitely changing. Another thing people are discussing is how political campaigns often create huge expectations. During elections, politicians promise change. Lower prices, better jobs, stronger economies, safer communities. But once reality hits, voters begin comparing promises with real life. And when expectations don't match reality, disappointment grows very quickly. Now, some Trump supporters are defending him harder than ever, while others are quietly stepping back and saying, maybe things didn't go exactly as planned. That's why you're seeing so many viral reactions online right now. People are emotional because politics affects everyday life. Groceries, rent, jobs, taxes, and the future of families. But here's my opinion. America has become too divided. Instead of constantly fighting each other, people should focus more on accountability from all politicians, not just one side. Blind loyalty to any political leader can become dangerous when people stop asking questions. At the end of the day, regular citizens are the ones who suffer the most whenever political chaos increases. And maybe this entire moment is teaching Americans something important. Before trusting slogans, before following viral political hype, people need to think carefully about long-term consequences. But what do you think? Are Americans finally waking up? Or is this just another political cycle repeating itself again? Comment your opinion below.